Hey guys, I'm Rich from NeoWin. Today we are unboxing the HTC Desire 530. Alright, so I'll tell you right now, I'm going to give you my first impressions of it, even before I open it. I'm a little skeptical. I've reviewed two phones in the past that have a Snapdragon 210 chipset. It's a low-end chipset, and it always seems to be underpowered. Those two phones are the Microsoft Lumia 550 and the HTC Desire 626 US model. I say the US model because the international model had a Snapdragon 410, and then there was another one with a MediaTek. So this phone seems to be identical to the US model of the Desire 626. So if you have the 626, I don't see why you would upgrade. It's got a Snapdragon 210, 16 gigabytes internal storage, expandable to 256, 1.5 gigabytes of RAM, 8 megapixel rear camera, 5 megapixel front camera, 720p video at 30 frames per second. It's all the same as the 626. 5-inch 720p IPS LCD, all the same. So let's get this thing open because there are a few design options which I think look pretty nice. You can see from the box, it's speckled. All right, so let's get the phone out of here. You can see the speckled back here. That's the main design options that they introduced when they introduced this phone and some other Desire models. Now, GSM Arena lists this as having a removable 2,000 milliamp hour battery. The 626 was non-removable, and this would appear to be the same. It says non-removable right there. Do not attempt to remove the back. Little instructions here. Nano SIM, micro SD card, front-facing camera, because you might not have recognized that, right? Power volume, USB port on the bottom. That's micro USB. It's not USB-C, although we don't see a lot of lower-end phones that are USB-C just yet. That will happen eventually. I don't see how it couldn't. All right, so let's power this up, and then we will head into the box. There's the HTC logo. Now, my final thoughts on the Desire 626 when I reviewed it was that if you really enjoy HTC Sense and you don't have a lot of money to spend on a phone, it's the phone for you. Otherwise, you're just going to find it to be underpowered. So we have guides in here. We have stickers with the IMEI number and such on it. Start guide. Wow, this is a lot of guides. You don't see this much often. Terms and conditions. Smartphone warranty. Safety and regulatory guide. And a T-Mobile SIM that I'm guessing is in the phone. All right. Over here, we've got the micro USB cable. All right. We've also got a wall adapter. And we've got a little strap here, so you can probably hook that onto the phone somewhere. Yeah, that would go right back here. Okay, so Android is starting up. It was on the HTC start screen for a very long time. In fact, it was enough time to attach the strap here. But it's going to get there. It's a Snapdragon 210, and like I said, in my experience, Snapdragon 210 has been underpowered. Now, this might be different. I have also found that Snapdragon 212 is a significant improvement. So I'm hoping that this phone has other redeeming qualities, such as the display and the camera. Hopefully that extra half a gigabyte of RAM, because some lower end phones will just have 1 gigabyte of RAM with that Snapdragon 210. This has 1.5, so hopefully that boosts the performance a little bit. And there, we're back to that HTC screen. All right, nice welcome screen from HTC here. It's definitely not a Google welcome screen as far as I can tell. All right, we're going to just go through this. HTC's privacy policy. I did tap next. All right, we're going to sign into Wi-Fi. Okay, so for those that are wondering, my password for both my Wi-Fi and my Google, it's 1234568. It's a really slick way to get around the people who think it's going to be 1234567 and then no one will know. So don't tell anybody, it's a secret. All right, so this is processing. This is, we could restore from the 1A9. It should be pretty similar. All right, so one thing that I notice is better than previous LCDs that I've seen from HTC is that it has a good color balance. It's not always that way. If you look at an HTC One M9 or even the M8, anything that's supposed to be white almost has a green tint to it, and I'm not seeing that here. But by the way, I'm just eyeballing it at this point. This is just first impressions. I did notice a bit of lag when setting it up, when typing in my Google credentials and my password and everything, just typing the letters. There's a little bit of lag between when I hit the screen and when the letter actually appeared. That can get frustrating after a while. I do have to say, though, I really do enjoy the design of this phone. They called it urban streetwear or something like that. I think it's really cool. HTC has always had really great design chops, and they're right up there with Nokia in being able to make a plastic phone that looks really nice. I mean, I this phone is not going to cost you a lot of money to buy, but you're going to have a phone that looks nice. And the Desire series has always been that way. They've always had the speckled thing is new, but they've always had the two-tone phones. A lot of really cool stuff in the Desire line. I've always thought so. And then they had the one line for metal phones that were more premium. All right, so we're going to set up a screen lock here. Let's do a pattern. Just something random here. That works. Confirm it. That works. Yeah, so I'm probably not going to remember that. I should probably have it on video. I do have it on video. Perfect. This all works out perfectly. I will never forget that pin. Personalize my phone. Name it Arwood716 sounds fine. Share my precise location. Nah, I don't really want to share my precise location. All right. Oh, there's more. Device data collection. You know I always love to give up data, so let's do that. Accept. There's quite a bit here, and this is all T-Mobile stuff. And you know what's funny? I got this phone on Monday. It's Friday now, and I'm finally unboxing it. This is T-Mobile. I would have been able to get free Pokemon data if I had it by Tuesday. Did you know your phone can make calls over Wi-Fi? Yes, I did know that. All T-Mobile phones can. All right, so it's looking pretty good here. This is HTC Sense. It's what it generally looks like. You see we have some T-Mobile apps down here. If you get the Verizon model, you're going to have some Verizon apps too. That's just how carrier models work. The unlocked model won't have these apps. Okay, we can also see that we don't have a lot of HTC apps. That's something that HTC has cleaned up a lot in recent years, really just this year with the HTC 10, and then last year a little bit with the HTC One A9. So they're really cleaning up the HTC apps in favor of just Google apps, because you think about it, you don't need two of everything on a phone. I mean, and a lot of Android phones do have two of everything. You see, we do have the Gmail app and we have the Mail app. It's something you get from Android phones, but now we don't have two calendar apps. We don't have, you see, we have Chrome right there, and we don't have a separate internet app, which a lot of Android phones will have. Okay, we have Facebook, Instagram. I don't know if those are T-Mobile apps or if those are HTC. It could be either one of them. I know HTC has been trying to cut down on bloatware, but then again, this is a low-end phone, so they may be trying to make up some of the price with it. Anyway, guys, that's it. I'll have more on this phone over the next couple weeks. I'm going to compare it to a couple Windows phones, the Lumia 650 and maybe even the Lumia 550. They're both Snapdragon 210, the 650 Snapdragon 212, so it will be a fair comparison. Anyway, guys, that's it. I'm Rich from NeoWin. Have a great night.